I believe that dairymen need to pay attention to the historical truths, and that is cash flow is very important. So they need to truly know what their financials are. They truly need to know if they're making a profit month to month and what their expenses are, what their receipts are, so they can make appropriate adjustments, in their operations if need be. So that's the first one, and that's the historical truth. But the other one is implementing new technology and implementing new plans to cope with the volatility. Why the global dairy market is going to expand. It's going to be a much more volatile market. So they need to find the tools to mitigate that risk of the greater volatility. It's really important for us when we talk about investments, especially in the dairy industry. We're typically talking about credits. And be it looking at a processor or the individual dairy, we want to know that the operator is successful during difficult times as well as good times. So we look for the operators that are, have the robust, management capacity to handle volatility, that during tough times they know where they can manage their costs, where they can cooperate with maybe their processor or with their suppliers to help mitigate the risk of the future. With the beef producer, they have to be much more mindful about some pasture resources, given that they take up a lot more land and a lot more pasture typically. But there's going to be a lot that changes in beef in terms of being competitive, in terms of how you deliver your product, how you process it, or even how you create your product. So they're not only paying attention to the traditional cash flow requirements, the financials, but also how they're going to implement new technology so they can be more competitive in the future. It's really important to keep in mind that we've talked about it this morning. Not only are there going to be more mouths to feed in the world, but people want to eat better foods. So we're going to have to double our food production in the next 4 decades. That's going to mean people need to expand, and to learn how to expand in today's world where we basically will have the same resources today that we will in 40 years. You need to come and learn about technology, new ways of doing things, new ways of partnering, government policies that are necessary so we can trade more efficiently, so that we can produce that additional food without additional resources. Rabobank's absolutely committed to food and agriculture. That's our entire focus outside of our mother country, Holland. So we're very bullish about food and agriculture. It's our culture, but more importantly, we think it's a great area of success in the future.